protect Lomachenko, that he needs to respect him. He was cursing. He was way out of character. He started to unravel, right? It was dealing with defeat is very hard for Anthony Joshua. He can't deal with defeat, right? And so because of that, Anthony Joshua, again, is making another change. This is the change I think that he should have did in the beginning. But again, I don't believe it has anything to do with Anthony Joshua's training and his trainer. I think it just has a lot to do with his lack of athletic ability. You can't teach athletic ability. Like in other sports, you can't teach speed, you can't teach power. You just can't teach those things, right? And so when Anthony Joshua's in there with a quick a fighter like Oleksandr Usyk, who's also a southpaw, who's also very experienced and very elusive, he's just going to struggle with a fighter like that, So I don't know how much of the trainer had to do with him not being successful, but I think it's more so with the style matchup. Now, there's a lot of fighters not a lot. There's two fighters, I believe, other than Usyk, that's a style matchup nightmare for Anthony Joshua, and that's Deontay Wilder and also Tyson Fury, because they're quick. So I don't care how much you train Anthony Joshua. He's just not that type of athlete. Errol Spence, Jermell Charlo, and Frank Martin are better athletes than Anthony Joshua. So when he runs into a Oleksandr Usyk, a Tyson Fury, or a Deontay Wilder, he's still going to have the same troubles, which is he just athletically can't keep up with them.
And those are the words of Blue Blood Sports TV, my main man in crime. He speaks on Anthony Joshua. He says that Anthony Joshua, first off, he can't handle defeat. He mentioned the meltdown he had after the second Oleksandr Usyk loss, how he reacted, his response, and it was downright cringeworthy. Okay, I agree. He did show poor sportsmanship for the first part of that response. He bounced back, of course, cleaned himself up, and congratulated Oleksandr Usyk. A lot of people didn't buy that, of course, oh, this is the real AJ. Okay, I get it. But then, of course, we didn't see this same energy from Blue when Deontay Wilder made up 1,000 excuses. In fact, he was right along with those excuses with the gloves, the ref, the trainer, the spiked water, the everything else that applied. Okay. Even the arm injury, which, neither here nor there. And we still yet to hear closure from Wilder that he lost fair and square from Tyson the Gypsy King Fury. Okay. And it's just amazing how people, pick their battles. Yes, Anthony Joshua showed shitty sportsmanship that night. But then again, so did Deontay Wilder, telling Tyson Fury there was no respect, no love. I don't respect you. Right? So, I guess you have to pick your own poison when you're dealing with certain fighters that do untasteful things. And speaking of further with AJ, that he doesn't feel that the trainers will help AJ. And I agree with that. I don't think anybody would have helped AJ perform any better that night against Oleksandr Usyk beside AJ himself. But then here's the thing. If it's AJ himself, it's not going to get done because he was the one in the ring. Counterpunch. And like I told people, I said on my live stream yesterday, Oleksandr Usyk has not fought Tyson Fury, has not fought Deontay Wilder. So we don't know what he will do with other fighters, i.e. Daniel Dubois, Andy Ruiz, Frank Sanchez even. So we don't really know how he will deal with Oleksandr Usyk, or should I say other fighters, or how people will deal with him. So the trainers won't really help in that regard because it's rumored to be with to be training with Derek James here in Texas, but that's not confirmed. But that's another video anyhow, and he will struggle against Alexander Usyk because Usyk, I feel, is a special fighter, a very high elite fighter, pound for pound fighter. Okay, so I think a lot of people will struggle with Alexander Usyk, to be fair. And then the styles make fights. So he may always have problems with guys like Alexander Usyk unless he knocks him out. Okay? But Alexander will give him problems along with a lot of other people, including Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. Now, Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, though, he said, well, those are terrible style matchups for Anthony Joshua because Wilder's faster. Tyson Fury's a lot faster. He's a dancing bear, he recalled. And those are all bad matchups for Anthony Joshua. And to counterpunch that, I just have to see it to really believe it because I don't think Tyson Fury as he is as difficult as Alexander Usyk. I don't think so. I don't think he's that hard to hit. If Otto Wallin could hit him, I think it's safe to say a lot of fighters can hit him. Okay, so Deontay Wilder, he is faster. I think Wilder's faster. The right hand can throw, but if you focus on the right hand and really disregard everything else, you're pretty much winning with Wilder because Wilder only has one shot that he can catch you with. His left hook is not that great. His jab is decent, but the right hand will put you out. But other than that, you don't really have anything else you have to worry about as far as Wilder. So as far as the style matchup, we just have to wait and see because those guys never fought. But I don't see Tyson Fury or Deontay Wilder being as difficult as Alexander Usyk. But you got to admire Blue Blood for just throwing them in there like, hey, yeah, they're difficult too, like Usyk. No, he was able to fight Usyk. Hopefully with the heavyweight division, expands, we should and probably hopefully will get some of these fights that we can see what Usyk can do with these other fighters. Okay. And last of all, lacking athletic ability. Now, he's not athletically gifted. Listen, if anything, AJ is athletic, okay? The man stays in the gym. Now, is he as agile as certain fighters? No. He doesn't move like certain fighters. He's a lot better than Danny Dubois, but Danny Dubois is considered a poor man's, or should I say, a Frank Bruno 2.0, right? But I do think that's a total exaggeration of Anthony Joshua not having the agility. I think AJ's reflexes are a lot better than people give him credit for. I just think within 24 months and 2 fights from fighting the same person, you had to view and observe Anthony Joshua struggle with a special fighter. I don't think that applies for all fighters. Now, again, does that mean that a trainer will help him? No. But I do think that Anthony Joshua is a lot better than Blue Blood is giving him credit for, and like I said, we would have to just see those fights, how they would work out. And I think AJ and Tyson Fury is a better style matchup than anything, simply because of the way Tyson Fury fights. Tyson Fury's not the same type of fighter that he was, I don't believe. He can show you that he has boxing ability. He can dance on his toes a bit. But I think for the most part, though, Tyson Fury's legs are shot. So if his legs are shot, he can't move like that. He's just going to have to show that he can bang and use other tactics to get the job done. And other tactics may mean borderline dirty or illegal. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Blue Blood Sports TV claiming that Anthony Joshua can handle defeat, style matchups for the other champions in the weight class or former champions, and does not have athletic ability. Okay, you guys tell me what you think. Please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.